Welcome to Sheridan Nissan, located right there on Route 13. 273 comes together. Harris Corners, everybody knows it. Tim Qualls along with Mike down here. Mike, I was looking at this before we get started because I looked at this banner as I came in, and it's one of the things we don't get into a lot, and I think we should because, you know, there's not a better way to buy a car than a certified car.
Yeah, the certified program they're doing right now is great. We're really concentrating on certifying all our Nissans down here right now. And as the banner shows, there's some great stuff on a certified car. You're going to get a 7-year, 100,000 miles, roadside assistance. There's adjustable APR rates available, so lower rates. It's a great program.
I want to give you an idea because you're talking about a certified car. This gives you an example of what you can get under the certified program. Mike, you know it as well as I do. I looked at this, and then my immediate response to you, $32,000. Is that all? You know, because these are $50,000 automobiles.
Yeah, this is like a $52,000 car now, brand new, but it's only 27,000 miles. It's a Z Roadster coupe. It's fully loaded. It has everything, even air-conditioned seats in this puppy.
Yeah, and then when you're talking about this, so when I'm riding down the road with a convertible, I'm still getting cool from the seats. Right?
You got air conditioning in there. You got air-conditioned seats. You got heated seats, navigation, Bluetooth, backup camera. It's a fully loaded, it's a fully loaded Z Roadster.
Yeah, and when you talk about this hard top come up and seals it up, and so it's good for winter time as well. So
yeah, it's obviously more a pleasure car, but and the car is certified, so it comes with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. You got roadside assistance on the car, special APR, so it's a great way to buy a car.
Yeah, well,
save 20 grand.
Yeah, and that's what I try to explain to people because I tell people when you're coming out to look at an automobile, a lot of times look at those certified automobiles because somebody else already taken a depreciation hit on it. You're getting a lot of times a better warranty than what you get if you buy a brand new one. Yeah,
a lot of times depending on the year, you're actually getting like you say, you're gaining warranty of what you'd buy over a brand new one, and it's a great certified program. It's a 158-point checkup on the car, so they really thoroughly comb through the car to make it like a new car.
Yeah, and then when we want to talk about that, because I want to also include when you're talking about buying a car from Sheridan, and I've done it with at both ends, one here and one at the Ford house as well, the oil change card that you can get with it. So I tell everybody, and that you can buy that with the certified program as well.
Yeah, the lifetime oil change is a great program we do down here, $299. It's a one-time fee, and you get 3 a year for as long as you own that vehicle.
They hate
I know you. I
hate me
because after 10 years,
I'm still changing my oil 3 times a year at both places, like I said. And when you talk about it, and that's what if we can, let's just take a minute because you're talking about this car and going through that check and everything. The service department of Sheridan. I've been using the service department of Sheridan for well over 10 years, and I bring all my vehicles through here or over at the Ford house.
Right.
Tremendous, and they can work on anything. That's what I want people to know.
Yeah, we have a great service manager down there now, and we have a couple guys that have been here over 20 years that are qualified and obviously know Nissans very well, so we're a great service facility.
Yeah, so if you're out there and you're looking for a service facility, but it's not just Nissans, because I want to get over here. This one caught my eye too, and then you guys can service everything. This gives you a good example of it because here's a Chevy sitting in the showroom.
Yeah, we service that up. That's a 2010 Camaro RS, so it's a 6-cylinder, but it has the RS package, nicer wheels, nicer interior. It has a gauge package inside. It's a 31,000-mile car. Beautiful car.
Yeah, and so if you're looking for it, doesn't matter if it's Nissan, Chevy, Ford, it doesn't matter.
We do all makes and models. We have Audi, we have BMW, we have Lexus, Toyota, Honda. We sell everything here. We have something for everybody.
And a lot of that comes in on trade-in, but another way that you guys get automobiles, and this is a good backdrop for us right here because I'm going to turn back around to the camera just to have this in the background. Nobody's interested in this, so that's a primo there. We'll talk about that. But, this is a good time. Getting your automobiles, putting them on a lot. If you're out there and you've got an automobile and you guys buy cars.
We buy late model cars. We'd love to buy clean late model cars. We buy them. If you bring them in, we have Joe give you a free appraisal on it, give you top dollar for your car. We like buying local cars off the street as well.
Yeah, and that's where you get a lot of your automobiles. I'm surprised at how many people, because maybe they got 2-3 cars and they only need the one, or they want to get out from underneath one or whatever.
Right.
What a great way to do it versus trying to put it in a paper and sell. You guys just come up here, you guys appraise it and give them the cash.
Right. We buy a lot of stuff off the street. We also buy at the auction, but we try and have some unique stuff. We buy a low model, stuff, rare cars with low miles. We like to have something for everybody here. So, we have something for enthusiasts, and we have A to B people too. We want to have a car for everybody that comes in here.
Would you consider this behind me enthusiast?
That's the extreme enthusiast.
Because I've talked about it last show, but I got to talk about it again because this is the top of the line. It doesn't get any better than what this car is. This makes your mouth water.
Yeah, that's a Nissan GT, or they used to call it the Skyline. For a while, it was only produced in Japan and sold in Japan. They brought it over to the U.S. 550 horsepower, all-wheel drive.
So that's the need for speed.
It's a rocket ship, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, but no, you don't drive. You just drive it real easy. I always notice those guys that have those high power, fast cars. They drive them real slow.
Yeah, that's one that's hard to drive slow, and that's a rare car. We get 2 a year, so.
Yeah, but we got plenty of cars and trucks and everything else to look at. Then they're putting up brand new signs because this facility, we talked about it before. I mean, you're loving
the building. We're loving it. It's a great facility to buy a car. State of the art. We have a car wash in the back, a great detail department. So we're here for everybody's needs.
Yeah. So we're going to step outside and show you some automobiles. As we make our way outside, I wanted to make notice that they're topping off the building. When I say topping off the building, they're finally putting the signage all the way around. And so you're going to be able to recognize this. If you come to Harris Corner, Route 13, 273, you look over, you're going to see this state-of-the-art building. Brand new signs going up right now.
Yeah, we have great lighting underneath here. We have an overhang that's great in case it's raining. We can show cars in the rain. We're getting a brand new sign in the front and both sides of the building, so it's going to be a very noticeable building.
Yeah, and that's the whole idea of it, so it'd be easy for you to find everything. But the reasons to find this, because we talked about, the certified programs and everything else, but we want to get away from Nissan for just a minute, because I want to talk about BMW. I mean, this gives you an idea. You said every walk of life. This is a great looking BMW.
Yeah, we try and have something for everybody down here. That's a beautiful car. It's a 2009 with really low miles. It's got like 22,000 miles. It's a 335 retractable hardtop convertible with every option and a beautiful, color combo.
So that's kind of like what we were looking at inside, but so the top comes all the way down, buries itself in the trunk somehow.
Yeah, it does. It's got navigation. It's fully loaded. That's the twin turbo motor that they make. It's a great driving car, and it has a back seat where the Z doesn't.
Right, so if you're looking so you can carry some passengers as well, but I want to step next door, right next to that. This, to me, when they came out, I guess in 1985, I want to say that they started making a Maxima.
You hit it right on the nose.
And
their flagship.
And it still is. I mean, and they made it bigger.
The Maxima is their flagship. That's an SV that has a sport package on it. So the wheels are beautiful. The spoiler. They got a Bose system in there, backup camera. Maxima's always been a great car, and it stands the test of time. I mean, people love them.
Yeah, and the nice thing about it is, I want to talk about holding value, because when you talk about a Nissan, I don't know of a Nissan that doesn't hold its value. I mean, that's the nice thing. You get that immediate depreciation, which is already off of this car. Somebody's driven it for a little bit. You get it. You get your certification warranty on it. So yeah. A lot of times, like you said, you're gonna have more warranty than that than you're gonna have on a brand new one. Yeah. So you got a car right here that's gonna last you forever, and you're not gonna lose on the money end of it. Next to that, SUVs got plenty of those to select from, but here's a unique one that it's hard to find. I love the color of this too, the Highlander.
Yeah, that's a V6 all-wheel drive Highlander. It's got a third row seat in it. Spacious, doesn't ride like an SUV, it rides pretty soft. It's a great family vehicle.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I like the color of that too. It's got that kind of a soft blue too there. But it got another one up on the rack. The #1 selling vehicle for Nissan, and I guess, is the Altima. Because I remember when the Altima was a little bit smaller than what this one is, and then all of a sudden they made a Maxima bigger, and then they made the Altima the size of what the Maximum was.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Everything's kind of grown in size over the last few years. Everything's getting bigger every year. It's a bigger car. That actually is a coupe, and they don't make. They're low production. They don't make a lot of the Altima coupes, so it kind of makes it a unique car. It's still a very affordable car. It's still a great fuel economy car, and it's a good-looking car.
Yeah, and then of course you've got it all loaded up inside. I mean, you can get anything and everything on these automobiles. So it's nice to have, and that falls under the certified program as well.
That's certified, so a lot of warranty, great finance options on that car. It's a great car to buy.
Because when you talk about finance, I want people to understand, because just 2 years ago it was difficult to get people finance, but it's really loosened back up again, Mike.
Yeah, we've actually got I'd say over 20 lenders now. We have credit unions as well as banks, so we have a an avenue for everybody as far as the financing goes, and the rates are lower than I've ever seen them right now in automobiles.
I was going to say, because the rates are way down right now, so it's a great time to buy a car. If you're looking for one, here's in the entry level for Nissan.
Entry level, but if you're after fuel economy and sport, there it is. That's the Sentra, but it's the SR model. He has a little fancier taillights, the rear spoiler, front fascia's a little sportier. That car will get almost 38 miles per gallon on the highway.
Whoa, that's a lot of miles. And I'm looking at that and I'm saying that's the size, that's a good size car. I remember when it
first used to be small. That's a lot bigger than it used to be. It's a nice size car.
Yeah, I would put that in the mid-size versus the small cars
Correct.
today.
Yeah.
So it's when you're talking about family, you can still easily 5 passengers.
Yeah, absolutely. I've driven them several times, and actually on lengthy trips, and the fuel economy it'll blow your mind. It's so great on gas.
Yeah, and so if you're looking for something that save you a lot of gas, up to 38 miles to the gallon right there, I like that. It's got that sport look all the way around it.
I like this one a lot. I like the size of it. This is the Honda Pilot. This is all-wheel drive. This one's loaded. This has a leather. It has a third row. It's actually a little bigger than some of the other ones, where actually it gives you a little additional space in the back behind the third row that some of the other third rows in its class don't give you. And obviously Honda's a great product. Honda has one of the best names in the automobile market.
Yeah, because you hear a lot about Honda, but you don't hear a lot about the Pilot, and what a great vehicle it is. It's got the same kind of motor. When you're talking about motors, they run.
It's a V6. I mean, that car has 22,000 miles on it, so it's capable of probably another 250 easy.
And you're not spending $45,000 for it either. Yeah, so that's a nice thing when you're talking about coming down and buying it pre-owned. You're getting good quality vehicles because when you put the Sheridan name on it, it's very important to Joe that that the product you put out on the street is what people want, and they're going to be proud to say they bought it from Sheridan.
Right. Yeah. Listen, everything that's out on our lot goes through a at least 70-point checkup, and everything's gone through thoroughly. Everything's already been state inspected. So we wouldn't put our name on it if it wasn't a decent vehicle. If it's not a nice vehicle, we wholesale it.
And I know you don't have a problem for putting a name on an exterior, because that's very popular. Because when you come talk about Nissan, quite a few different sport utility vehicles to choose from. This is kind of the mid-size.
Yeah, this is. I can't believe this truck's still sitting here, Tim. This is a 03. It has 120,000 miles on it, but the Carfax shows 4 pages of service on this car, and when you get in it and you drive it and you look at the interior, how clean it is, you'll see why. I mean, that's probably the cleanest older exterior I've seen, and it drives like it's brand new. The interior is brand new. It was garage kept. People did all the service on it. It's a nice find, and that car is $7,900.
Yeah, well, I want to tell people, too, when you're talking about a Nissan product, because with the oil change program, I know they used to keep files down there, and I've seen vehicles rolling over 1 million miles.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing this 18 years. I've been here for 12. I've seen Nissans come with 300,000+ miles on them, and they still drive well. So.
I know. It just cracks me up that these guys, they're still out there driving these automobiles, because the motor,
they last.
You change the oil, and that's kind of what the incentive of why Sheridan designed that oil change incentive program. Most important thing you can do to an automobile is
that's the number one thing, is change the oil. If you change the oil, the car will take care of you.
Yeah, and we're talking about one that'll take care of you. You want a lot of gas mileage. Here's one.
Yeah, that's a little Scion XD. And that's actually a manual transmission, so you're good for close to 40 miles per gallon on that. It's a hatchback style. Actually bigger inside than it looks. I mean, it's spacious enough for 4 or 5 people, and the fuel economy is all there in that little vehicle.
And the young people are loving these things.
Correct. Yeah, they put different wheels on them and neon lights.
I know you're on that, saying I can do this, I can do that. Mike loves to take cars and do that with. Ford product here, and of course the Edge, great. Good economy car too for sport. Is this a crossover or a sport?
This is a crossover. I mean, I would compare this to like the Nissan Murano. It's definitely a similar shape, similar type vehicle. Crossover is going to get good fuel economy, but give you the SUV feel. This is a limited, so this has a lot of equipment in it. It's a more loaded model, but Ford's come along in the last few years and done a lot of great things with their vehicle, so it's a great design and it's a very popular vehicle.
And then next to that is another crossover. Then we're going to make it over to a special line I want to talk to you about. But here's because I want the Dodge. I mean, a good product.
Great entry level third row vehicle. I mean, the Journey's. It's a little smaller than some of the other ones, but for people that don't want it to feel like they're overwhelmed in a big SUV, that's the perfect truck, and it has a third row in it too.
Yeah, remember we got the summer sale going on. When I say the summer sale, the summer certified sale program going on here at Sheridan Nissan, located once again on Route 13, right there at 273. That's Harris Corner. I mean, you can't go wrong with it. Everybody knows where it is. And once they put the signs up and those are all flashing in your eyes, you won't be able to miss the building. And I want to make my way up down through here because we're going to come to a line that's. Well, I'm going to start it right here. This is sweet. And you know, I like this because this reminds me of going back. I'm flashing back to 1969 right now.
Sure look right now, right? Yeah, that's a 2012. That only has actually 11,000 miles on it. That's a Camaro convertible. It's a 6-cylinder. You got the convertible top, high polished wheels on it. It's brand new.
Yeah, and it's a 2012, but
2012, and you're going to save $12,000.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You go to price that brand new right now, you're going to pay. You know, you're getting up there 30, close to 35,000. So
35,000 or more in a convertible. So that's and that's brand new. It's 11,000 miles on it.
Yeah, and then you got a twin. Yeah. You don't like that color? Come back here because this is. I'm going to say black on black before I even get there, but it's pretty much there. Black, a little bit dark gray, I should say, as far as the interior goes. This one's priced right. This one's priced ready to move, and it's 2012 as well.
Yeah, that's 2012. It's the same exact car, just different color combination. The wheels are a little different. 6-cylinder, 7,000 mile car. We have 2 of them. We want to sell them. We want to move them. We're gonna get great price down here.
Yeah, when you're talking about this, because we're right now on a line, and I always tell people if you're going to go to Sheridan, check the line, the special line. Yeah, this is a very special line. This because they believe that no car should sit on a lot for too long. So when it gets to a certain point, for whatever reason, don't know why. We scratch our heads sometimes. I mean, why is these 2 Camaros still sitting here? You just don't know. But it's now time for them to move. So you guys really dropped the price on them.
Right. Yeah. Once we hit like 35 to 40 days, we just want to move the car, keep a high turnover. So. We drop them down to a wholesale price, and we just want to move them. So for people that come in and go, hey, Mike, I'm looking for the best, a great deal, this is where you want to look first because the special line, everything's marked like ridiculously.
Yeah, I just can't believe how much it is because because down here at 2,000, give you an idea, and it's not just Nissans that we're talking about. I'm looking, we showed you Camaros, but high-end cars here, starting with an Audi.
That's right up my alley there. That's a 2010. It's a prestige package, Audi A6. That's got the 6-cylinder supercharged motor in it with every single option you can get in a car. Heated seats, heated steering wheel, navigation. It's a beautiful car. That's a $67,000 car new. I think we have it marked at like $29,900 right now.
$29,900. Now, when it comes to financing on these,
terrific financing available. Terrific financing.
Yeah, still there for you. I'm sitting there looking at it, and like you said, that's up my alley too. That is the top of the line.
That's a beautiful automobile.
Yeah, you go by that.
And that's all-wheel drive. So I mean, it doesn't matter what the weather is. It's going to be waiting for you to.
And it's pure luxury. It's just pure luxury. And right next to that, if you're looking for a convertible still, this is not the hardtop convertible, but you can still drop the top on this. 2006.
Yeah, I mean, 3 Series has been the #1 ranked car. I think probably going on the last 14 years in its class. That's a 3 Series convertible. A great car. I've owned a few of them in the past, and it's a driver's car. The braking, the handling, a fabulous car.
Yeah, and I'm going to give some kudos to you. I want people to understand when you're coming up here and shopping, I don't know of anybody in the business that loves automobiles as much as you love automobiles. I mean, you can pretty much, you pick out the automobile. Mike can tell you, where it stands in. You love.
I have a passion for cars. I mean, I've always had it. I think it's in my DNA, and my dad got me started at a young age, and ever since I adore cars. So
yeah, you're kind of like my camera guy and his son. I mean, Jamie as well. So you guys love cars. I know that. And any question I ever have, I either call you or I call Jamie. Here's one now. I look at this and I say, okay, this is where I'd have to call you because I'd say, what is this, Mike?
That's an 06 Mazda Miata. Cool little car, convertible, 4-cylinder, great driver's car, terrific handling, and very affordable, obviously.
Yeah, and when you talk about that, do you want a sports car? You got something that's great on gas mileage too. You said 4-cylinder?
4-cylinder, great fuel economy. The car gets well over 30 miles per gallon.
Yeah, you got that young lady that wants to go back and forth to, her first car. There it is right there.
There it is. I mean, or a second car, something you could just keep the top down, keep in your garage when it's nice, pull it out. That's a perfect car.
Yeah, and right next to that, this is kind of getting bright. Yeah, the color's kind of getting to me here.
Sunglasses out, Tim.
Yeah, what is this now? Yeah.
That's a Velociter, and that's actually a very good gas mileage car as well. That's Hyundai's newer venture into the small, compact, sporty. It's obviously a pretty extreme.
It's got a good look though. You sit here and look at it. That's one of those.
It's a very good design car. I mean, kind of resembles like the CRX from back in the day that Honda had. It's a hatch, and actually the roof is all glass here. If you look.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was
This is all glass, so.
So
it's a pretty cool look when you're inside the car, looking up or looking out. If you're in the back.
See the stars at night and everything.
The body is a very unique style. There's not a lot on the road that kind of that resembles this.
Yeah, because I was going to say, even though the color, that color hits for what the car is. I mean, that's one of those. If you want to start going to car shows and have something to drive there, you got it.
That's a Verde Ithaca. That's a common color for Lamborghini. It's their green. So
yeah, unique color. We're not going to confuse it with a Lamborghini, I don't think, Mike. Though, but coming up behind somebody, I just like the style of it. I think it's got some great look to it. But you're also going to find on the special line sport utility vehicles. You got a couple of them on there, but here's a Ford right here.
That's a great buy. That's a Ford Edge. It's an '08. It's priced at $13,800. I mean, for an '08, that's a great family vehicle. Plenty of life left in it. It's been reconditioned properly.
You're looking at $16,000 reduction or $6,000 reduction just moving over to this line.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, we don't drop them $500 or $600 or drop thousands.
Yeah, because I'm sitting there thinking, man, I know what that should sell for. That you're talking wholesale prices. That is definitely in my mind that's below wholesale. So yeah,
it is actually wholesale.
So if you're looking for a great buy, there's a great buy there. Another Camaro, Mike. I'm looking down through here. You guys must have bought out a line of Camaros because here's another one. It's another 2012.
That's a 17,000 mile one. That has a sunroof. It's a 6-cylinder. Still has pretty decently equipped. And again, look at the pricing on it. 26 grand. I mean, that's thousands below what a new one would go for, and it's a 12.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's a brand new car. And the nice thing about it is, like I said, you're going to find if you come up here shopping, and you get with Mike especially, and there's a couple other guys that love their automobiles up there and everything, but Mike is the guy that I always talk to because anything and everything you need to know about an automobile, I don't know of anybody that loves them as much as he does. And in fact, I see one up front that I want to talk about because once people start driving these, I always hear once you drive one, you don't want to drive anything else, and that's a Subaru, Mike. And then I'm amazed that you got one of these. Now, how in the world does this stay on the lot as long as it has?
We actually have, this is the Outback, and we also have, I think, a Forester here. And like you said, people that own Subarus, you couldn't give them another car. They only drive Subarus. Reliability, all-wheel drive, safety, that has all the factors of a great automobile.
Yeah, the all-weather car right there for $22,995 right now. There's a great savings on that, and the financing that's available because we talk about the financing. It doesn't just apply to the Nissan products; it applies to all your pre-owned automobiles.
Yeah, there's great financing. There's there's terms you can take them out if you're looking for a lower payment. The financing right now is about as good as it gets.
Yeah, so if you're looking for financing, it's got there. And if we don't get over here and do one more automobile,
I'm guessing you're walking toward the Mustang here.
Ford has changed their, in the last few years, they've really stepped up to the plate and
they've changed their game up a little bit. Their automobiles, their quality is a lot better. The fit and finish of the product's a lot better. This is a 30,000 mile Mustang convertible. It has a pretty cool interior. It has leather. It's a black leather with red stitching on it. So I mean, it kind of really makes the car pop when the top's down. And a fun car to drive. It's it's a solid top. You can drive it year round, or if you want to just keep it in the garage and pull it out on sunny days, it's a perfect car.
Yeah, we should park that green one and that red one there together because I'm telling you that you will stand out. We got one more over here. You're looking for a Mustang. You don't have that color to choose from. This is a 2012 here.
Again, 2012. This one has leather, black leather with silver stitching, which is pretty unique. Again, it's a 22,000 mile car.
22,000 mile car. We'll walk back out in front here because we're going to be wrapping things up. And I want to just see as our signs are going up there, starting to hang it. We're getting that Sheridan name spelled out up there on top. Mike, I don't know how much more we can tell people to come. If you're looking for an automobile, it's worth your while to stop in here. You don't have to buy anything.
Everything's serviced to the T. Financing's fabulous. We offer the lifetime oil changes. There's no better place to buy a car in the area.
Yeah, and that includes if you come in here and buy this. this, you're still going to buy that with lifetime oil change on any
Every
automobile.
vehicle we sell the Lifetime Oil Change Club. It's a great program, you know, because you've gotten it twice on your cars.
I got 3 of them, my friend. But yeah, and when you're talking about it, it's a great place to shop. The atmosphere, you got Mike, you got a lot of guys inside, a lot of fun things and everything. Don't forget about the summer. Right now, you know, it doesn't get any but certified program.
Certified program's great right now. It's a great time to buy a car.
Yeah. Until next time, from Mike and the entire gang, we'll see you. Tell them goodbye, Mike.
See you guys later. Thanks.